Hi! Today's tutorial is all about an all over global lightning process. The block's got quite a bit of highlights that's been done in here from previous tutorials, and today I'm going to globally colour this light to work on a vivid colour. So I'm going to be actually starting at the roots and taking this through and colouring any strands of hair that haven't got any lightener in there. Normally on a guess we wouldn't go at the root area because we'd get the natural body heat that would warm that up a lot quicker. Obviously we're not going to get that today, so I am able to take this right through. We'll start at the back first, get that on, and possibly by the time we've done the front, this back will be ready to remove. So it's more productive to colour it this way today, and we'll start by getting that colour on. So I've already pre-mixed my colour up. I'm going in quite low and slow with some tempo, and I'm going to keep progressing and remixing as we go along. So I've just sectioned off and I'm just going to get this colour in here. Tighten her up a little bit. Just going to come down the middle. So we've got that first part of the hairline. Now we're going to get the centre line in, and now I'm just going to come down the middle back section, separating that hair off. Making sure our section's ready to work on. So as you can see, I'm just starting to take that right through that area, down towards the nape. I want to get as much maximum lift in here as I possibly can, so that we can then melt the vivid colours into this. Obviously if this was a guess we was working on, as I'd said, we would not be starting at this root area. We'd be doing the mid-lengths and ends, getting them to colour through first and then coming back and doing the roots afterwards. So as you can see, I've just placed a little piece of foil here so that as I do my sections I can lay that hair over and we won't get any transfer of colour onto that area. So we take our first section up and we start applying this root as quick as we can. What I am going to do is also take this down into any panels where there is no previous highlight. So I make sure that I get lift on that area, and then just smudge gently into the other areas, just so we don't get any definite lines. It's very difficult when we've got the highlights in like this. So that's the first one on. Now we'll carry on like this all the way through. So as you can see, we've now got our lovely block melted up to a great colour base to start working our colour on. I've already sectioned up followed the parting that's in there. I've left out a frame area, sectioned across from ear to ear, and put that into 2 sections. And then in the back, I've sectioned that down the middle, and then I broke it off 2 sections just below the ear and then 2 above. And I've actually fluted through, making that quite diffuse rather than a straight line. So I'm going to take each section and start applying the colour. I'm going to go around the whole of the section, get the root first, then go back in, and when I go in, I'm actually going to weave through so that again I get a disconnected effect. So we're not putting any hard lines in there, we're giving a really soft, natural effect to our colour. So I've mixed up a couple of colours here. I've got a mixture of a violet red as my main root colour throughout, and then I'm going to melt down some purples and some pinks and a purple pink mixture as well. So we'll start our melting procedure. So with our main root colour, I'm just going to melt that on. Okay, I'm just going to change that brush, it's just a little bit too heavy for me, so I'll just swap that down. So now we're going to start our melting process. Just move that out of the way a little bit. I'm just going to turn that way. So my next colour I'm going to go in with, I'm going to now clip that out of the way so I can just get to my underneath a little bit better. So I just get another little bit of my root colour, put it back in again. This makes sure that we've definitely coloured that root area, and then we're putting plenty of colour in there to give it that real great pop. And then I'm placing my next colour into this area, and this is where the magic begins. So I've got a little comb, and I'm just going to diffuse those 2 colours together there. It's really important you work as clean as you can, guys, and then I'm just going to use my finger and thumb and just work those 2 colours, really working, pressing in just between the 2 colours so we really diffuse that line. Make sure you really work that in, because this is the difference on your blend that gives you that beautiful seamless blend. I have a towel here that's wet that I'm using to wipe my hands on to keep everything clean. And now I'm just going to go in, place some more purple in that area, put that in, move that up. Wipe my hands again. And now I'm just going to tip those ends out with the pink. So put the pink in and just tip those ends through with that pink, fusing it into the purple. Make sure you really work at this. This is where the blend is so important as you diffuse those two colours together. And then I have a different comb, and this is the comb I'm going to use just to blend down that purple and that pink. So there's plenty of that pink in there. And again, keep blending. And now I'm just going to run those colours into each other. There we go. It's our first section, or our first subsection, should I say. So my hands are now being wiped nice and clean. Make sure they are. We want no transfer of colour. Take down my next section of my tail comb, and once again I'm just going to diffuse through that area. If it looks like it's too big a section, just lift some out. Put the hair up, out of the way. Take your section, go back into your original root colour, retap that root area. Put your purple in. Comb, blend the two colours down into each other. Then really saturate that area with your purple. And then blend that colour into each other, making sure with no hard lines. Clean our hands. And then we're ready to put our pink in there. There's the pink on. And start working that pink and that purple into each other. Making sure you get rid of any hard lines in there. Our comb for our pink and purple, comb that through just to make sure, and then once again some more pink in, and now some running man hands over here to run that colour, putting some pressure on into that section. Something really satisfying about melting colours together. I find it so therapeutic. Making sure my hands are totally clean. And then my section, my tail comb, split my section up. It back up. And we're going to go back in with the root colour. Just tap it back in, making sure that we've not missed any of those areas. Now at this point, I'm going to do something different here. I have a mixture of the purple and the pink together. So on this one, I'm just going to take this straight through. So I'm going to put that purple pink mixture in there. And I'm going to blend those two colours together. And run that down to the ends. Blend them together and run that to the ends. Make sure as you're running those fingers, so I'm using my thumb and my first finger, and I'm just putting some light pressure to move that colour in and blend those colours in to each other. If you see any areas that you think it hasn't quite caught as you'd like to, just wipe those ends again, and that section, and just rub it back up into each other. So my next section will be like my first one. It will be my root colour, my purple into my pink. And then the second section after that will be the root colour, purple pink, and the third section will be the root colour and the pink purple mixture. And I'm just going to progress through the hair, working in that same method. So this section is just a little bit too thick. So actually, no, we'll make sure it's probably just a tad. That's better. So clip that up out of the way. So as you can see, we've got all our colour in our block now, and we're going to leave her a while to develop. The face frame, I did the root colour that I've used all the time, blended into a mix of purple and pink, but this time just for the face frame I mixed more pink into that purple, and then I blended straight down into a pink. So we're excited for the colour development.